months. So I know exactly what's going to happen to him and where he's going. And considering he witnessed all this with me back in 2009 to 2010, he should have known better because he saw firsthand that the feds don't fuck around.
Oh, so you know him from the past then?
He's my brother.
Oh, I didn't realize. Yes, okay, so he's your brother. Right. Sorry about that. Right on.
Just just a little bit, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm his brother. Yeah. So, he's in for quite the ride, and I'm pretty sure depending on how much time he's going to get, or how good of a prisoner he is, he's probably going to spend his time, if he wants to, probably out at Sheridan, because that's a medium. But who knows, if he wants to get violent with people, they might, and he's got enough time. If they give him 15, 20 years, he might wind up going to Beaumont in Texas or something, or Oklahoma.
Yeah, the Beaumont one, that's out in the middle of nowhere. I remember passing by that place. There's nothing here.
I heard when I had a cellmate who came from Beaumont, when he seen the yard at Sheridan Federal Detention Center, it was the first time he had seen grass in 8 years. And he told me that there was people that they refused to sell in at Beaumont because after about the third day of the body that's underneath their bunk that somebody stashed there, the smell, they just couldn't stand it. They told the guards, get that motherfucker out of there, because I'm not going in that cell until he's gone.
Yeah, that's crazy. Rylan looks like he's here. He probably has some.
All right. I'll go back to listening mode, but I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of insight.
No. Patriot Cat, stay on the speaker. Yeah, we don't need any spaces. We might have some questions for you coming up. Please stay.
Since you're most involved, you and Rylan and others that really know the people that aren't involved. Yeah. Go ahead, Rylan. Sorry.
Hi there. This is actually Rylan's mom, Heather. I don't have X, so I'm. Hi. Thanks for. We were there today at the hearing, and it's my understanding that he possibly can have a hearing tomorrow, but the judge is not going to release him until he has a mental evaluation. So we're very thankful for that.
If there was a possibility of him being having a hearing tomorrow, they wouldn't have transferred him out to Columbia County because they would have kept him at the Multnomah County to get him first thing in the morning. So I don't think he's going to have a hearing tomorrow because they already shipped him out to the sticks for the weekend.
Okay, well, that's good to hear. I'm just going off what I heard in court today and also what the victim coordinator told us afterwards, that there's possibility they could ask for a hearing tomorrow, but otherwise he is set to go on Tuesday, but hopefully he gets that mental evaluation prior.
Yeah.
Hey, Patrick, if you want to read something in the Purple Pill, just to take a peek at that. Would it be possible though, if they sent him to Sheridan and maybe Sheridan has the right kind of health counselors to diagnose that kind of thing? Could that be a reason, or would they probably have plenty of mental health checkers at the local facility in Portland? But I'm trying to think of some reason they would do that if both things are true,
I think he's probably just. I think they're going to give him a mental health evaluation as soon as possible, whichever is available quickest. Probably because that's what his attorney's gonna ask for. So that's probably what it's going to go with. So who knows who's going to do it?
Very true. Very true. Anything else it kind of stuck out to you, Rylan's mom? I forgot your name, but at the court date or whatever, I guess somebody said when he got there or whatever, he was looking around for his friends or whatever, but all he could see were people that were patriotic people and everything, and he might have given them funny faces. Can you tell us anything about that?
Yeah, we actually went in and we didn't know he was sitting right in front of us. And then so therefore we moved to the other side of the courtroom. And yes, there was lots of patriots. So thank you, those patriots that did show up. And a huge thank you to the FBI for following through with this and pressing the charges. And I'm thankful that nobody from the FBI got hurt in this transaction, because it doesn't sound like it was very good what they came into.
For sure. Now, Patriot Cat Dad, do you know if your brother was home at the time when they raided his home?
Oh, I'm sure he was. He was on the with the Ben Dyke show, like probably like a half hour before, and then I'm sure the about a half hour after that, he got one of those infamous cop knocks that can wake the dead, and I'm sure Russian Navi probably went nuts hearing that knock, and that's probably opened the door, and there was a couple of marshals waiting for him with the FBI.
I wonder if you'd ever could find out, did he ask for a warrant or anything like that before he let them in by chance? That's all they want to say about illegal aliens.
Okay, well, when I went through my federal case, you don't have the opportunity. As soon as they realize you're home, it's they ask you your name and you say yeah, and then they tell you to turn around. They don't fucking got to tell you shit. They're there for a reason. They got to get you secured so they can then talk to you and start searching the premises. There's none of that movie bullshit where it's like, you got a warrant. No, it's like, you open the door. Yeah, that we verified it's you. Now turn the fuck around.
I was wondering what kind of process that would go on
there. Patriot Cat Dad, do you know if maybe Shannon, his wife, I guess your sister-in-law, was she home at the time, or was she probably at work?
No, she's left. Okay, there's only a few people. I'll go ahead and just throw it out there. She left apparently 2 weeks ago, like after the last court date, because his rage was so bad that even people they considered family friends that they were letting over at their house, he was almost like attacking them. So she, I wasn't at the court hearing. Apparently there was something on his computer about some violence towards his wife, which wouldn't surprise me at all, given her condition. But the only reason why I know any of this is because I talked to her brother. Her brother and I talked. So
it might be unrelated, but somebody in the chat asked, can someone ask the brother what the hell is wrong with TJ? I'm not sure what that means, but so you.
With what?
What's wrong with TJ is the question that somebody asked in the Purple Pill.
What's wrong with him? I'm gonna
Travis Juhr. I thought TJ was somebody else or something like that. You just meant what's mentally wrong with him. Yeah. All right.
He's been diagnosed as bipolar, but I believe that there's something else to it based on the look in his eyes and the fact that his voice changed. His wife practices witchcraft, and I know that when you play with stuff like that, you open portals, you open doors, and when people think about, because his wife went to like Portland State, you think about these college girls, they go up in the woods, these retreats, and they play this Wicca game, and they think it's all cute being one with the nature and everything, but they don't realize that when they're doing that, they're opening gates, they're opening portals, they're playing with stuff that they don't understand, they're inviting things in that shouldn't be here. And I think Travis not having the love of God and the belief of Jesus in his heart, I think that's opened him to a lot more than I think she opened him up to something, and she pretty much made a monster, and now she can't control it. I know it might sound completely crazy, but that's what I honestly believe, because I've seen this before. And it wasn't because I did anything. Somebody else fucked up, and I saw the end results of it.
Interesting. Miss Mary, do you have any questions or anything like that? Or in terms, I see you in the chat too. You can put him in the space and I'll ask him if you don't
So
want to.
I have a question for you, Patriot Cat Dad. What's your name again? I'm sorry, I know I knew your name, but I'm spacing out right now. Dustin. So I have a question. Your brother was in the Navy, right? Did he actually see combat while he was there, or was that...
No. I mean, I thought we all fucking cleared this up like a long time ago. He has never seen combat. He has okay. Here's the deal, and I thought maybe it was
Ocean Plot.
I can't remember. No, well I did that, but the guy from Chicago, Windy City. I think I may have explained it to him, but from what I understand, and I just watch like a lot of Sean Ryan and Don Shipley, and from what I understand, that when you train for like special forces, positions in the military, that you go through like years and years of like schools to become, on the front lines. Well, he did a SEER school. He did one class that's for special operations. He didn't do the whole gauntlet of, schools that you're supposed to do for that. He did one school, and he considers himself spec ops. He's talking about he was never deployed. He was never attached to any SEAL unit. He's always been stateside. He has never been in combat. He's never killed anyone. We already discussed this because other people that have compared their DD 214s to his and shown that he was always stateside. He was never deployed overseas.
That's like me saying I'm a psychologist because I took Psych 101 in college, right?
Yeah, he's pretty much he's a tactical lifeguard at best.
Okay, yeah, because I was wondering if maybe like whatever kind of mental illness he's having right now might have been from his service or whatever. But
no. Yeah, he's pretty much like him. Like if you would have met him 10 years ago, he is a completely different person. I mean, you would not believe like the change in him, like from what he was 10 years ago to what he is now. It's day and night, and I can't believe what kind of a change has gone through him. Like, and I know he's like everyone's worst enemy right now, and believe me, you have no idea how glad I am that he is in custody right now, because I can actually relax and sleep and everything like that. But the bottom line is, I miss my little brother. I miss what he used to be. Let's put it that way. I mean, I miss who he was, and I'm dealing with like a lot of stuff with my mom right now too. And I understand everyone's pissed off at him, and I'm pissed off at him too. But I'm glad that I don't have to wake up and then 3:00 in the morning, see like a breaking news alert and listen, hear about him, showing up at somebody's house and murdering an innocent family. I mean, that is the one thing that I am grateful for right now. And I've been praying my butt off lately, and I think my prayers were answered when he got picked up by the feds. It really has been.
For sure. I totally get that sigh of relief, where sometimes, that the situation that he's in now could be the best thing for him. I personally have never had any hatred for Travis. I kind of always felt sorry for him.
Yeah.
He seemed like a likable person, that just has some sort of problems going on. And I tried communicating with him through DMs when he had his Trevor Johnson account.
Yeah.
And he was trying to get me to buy his wife's artwork and stuff, and was like threatening me. And I was telling him, like, hey Travis, trying to be a human being with him and stuff. But it just, I guess maybe he was facing so much from other people, because the online rhetoric did kind of start getting out of control, in my opinion, when people started bringing his wife into it. I noticed when that happened, he started to really accelerate with the threats and things like that after that.
Yeah, exactly. And and I said from the get-go, like, our family is not on board with this. I mean, he is anyone in our family that's worth a shit, like, he is pissed off with what he's done, like, threatening kids. I mean, come on, dude. I mean, you're 41 years old. What are you doing? And he knows better than that, and he always has known better than that, and that's why I can't figure out. That's why I'm trying to figure out what's happened to him, because, like I said, I mean, he is not who he was 10 years ago, not by a long shot. He has thrown everything he's worked for his whole life. He has thrown it away, and I don't know, and for what.
So was it like after his marriage that he kind of cut off communication with your family? Yeah.
Well, him and I, we really didn't talk much after he got married, and I kind of understand that, because people kind of go their own ways and whatnot, but I knew his wife. She went to PSU for a while, and she's always been kind of a lefty, but I don't know. I think she pulled something in and pulled him off, and I think she made a monster out of him, and she locked herself in with a monster, is what it turned into, and she couldn't take the heat and ran, is what I'm thinking. But I mean, because my biggest problem was what Shannon did was I've been trying to get his firearms taken away since the first 2 weeks, like first week of December. I've been trying to get his firearms taken away, and I was trying to have my mom relay to Shannon to, can you please get those firearms out of his house? Because I wanted to make perfectly clear that if she didn't get those firearms out of the house, and he went out, and this was like right after he was threatening Rylan, and I made it perfectly clear that, she doesn't get those firearms out of the house, and he does something stupid like, go after Rylan and his family, she is never going to live it down with me. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to chase you down to the day you die for something, because you knew exactly what he was going to do. He wasn't hiding it, and you didn't do nothing about it.
Do you know if he was participating in any witchcraft with her, or was that just kind of her thing?
Yeah, I know that they playing with a Ouija board and shit. I mean, all that stuff's bad news. Nothing good comes from any of that. You just, play Hungry Hippos. Whatever happened to that? I mean, that was always like cool, or life, or like Chutes and Ladders. You know what I mean? I mean, what's going on here?
Yeah, I'd rather play Jenga, and I'm scared of Jenga.
Yeah, Jenga's great.
Crazy. Now, has the FBI been in contact with you?
Not the FBI, but the PPB. I did message a few people last week, especially including Tommy. Because I did talk to an investigator with the CID division. I was on the phone with them for about a half hour last week, and they were trying to. They asked me a bunch of questions. They were trying to, get a feel for him, and I already knew that the FBI was watching him, but they kind of mentioned something about the U.S. Attorney's Office, taking their sweet ass time, but they couldn't confirm or deny that there was something federal in the background. So, but after I talked with them on that, I made sure I let Tommy know, and let him know that I thought the walls were closing in on Travis, because it sounded like they were. They have state charges, and they're eventually probably going to wind up state charges. But what they usually do is stack a whole bunch of charges, and then they, cut them in half when they do like a plea deal. So you think you got a good slap on the wrist, but you're still doing, 10 years or something.
Wow. Emmy, you got your hand up. Go ahead, Emmy.
Hi, I just have one quick thing. I noticed that somebody had posted that he was also threatening people on Reddit. And they posted some information. I can put it in the purple pill.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, I mean, it seems that he was pretty broad with the platforms he was using: YouTube, Facebook. We know X, and apparently Reddit. So it's unfortunate that whatever.
That could explain why the lefties out there were not happy with him, because usually Reddit typically is a kind of left-leaning platform, and if he was kind of attacking people there, he probably wasn't attacking many right-wingers there.
Yeah, I don't know. I know a bunch of I don't think a lot of those people really like him that much. I think they just wanted him for antagonist, being antagonistic towards the Patriots. And I know that they were just trying to put batteries in his back to hopefully he'd show up with an assault rifle and, commit some violence. I know that's what the left wanted from him. I know that. I think we all know that.
For sure, yeah. I mean, we've seen them use Richard and that little short Benjamin Button blind guy, to do things.
Yeah, so... And in his case, they used his military background to try to use it against us. Like, look, I thought you guys liked people in the military, things like that. Using that kind of that sort of a pushback against us.
Well, the other thing that it's weird because, like, his whole attitude is just how selfish he is, like how self-centered, like how special he thinks he is, like me. I'm, I'm so much better than all of you and all this. And he was never like that. Like if he would have, like, it's almost if him from 10 years ago met him who he is today, I think he would have beat the shit out of himself. I don't know what happened, but the only thing one of the many things that pisses me off is when he says how proud our dad would be of him, which is bullshit. We were raised better than that, and I do mean that with the interview that I did. That if he was my dad was still alive, he'd knock his fucking teeth out of his fucking head.
So in other words, he was pretty humble 10 years ago versus now.
Yeah. Oh, he was always humble. Like, you could sit down and have a conversation. Hell, at one point in our lives, he was more diplomatic than I was when I was a young hothead. But he'd sit down and because we were raised to be that way. We were raised, you don't want to do violence first. You got to sit down. You got to talk things out. You got to be diplomatic. You got to figure out pros, cons, and everything in between, and come up to an amicable solution. So, people, both parties can live in peace, solidarity or something. But him just, automatically just wanting to murder everyone who he perceives as like against him, like politically. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, like, seriously, like 10, 15 years ago, he made fun of these assholes. Both of us did.
Sure. Do you think that maybe the claims of stolen valor are something that might have triggered him?
Well, the whole stolen valor was, that's one of the reasons why I initially went down to Patriot Corner. Was just because I wanted to let people know that, no, he really did serve. I mean, all those patches, and that was like back in September, end of September. But then he went off the deep end and started acting like he was like special operations and, fucking Rambo. And it started talking about how he's like this terrorist killer and all this other shit. It's like he's killing terrorists from the country. No, you were a rescue swimmer. All right, you were a rescue swimmer, and that's what you did. You weren't on the front lines, fucking, cutting off, blowing the heads off of the Taliban on the GWAT. You weren't doing none of that. You were always stateside. So I don't know where he gets all this. I mean, I honestly don't know. It's weird to me. It's like he's got this huge streak of entitlement, thinking that he's so much more special than everyone else. And if he's like so, special operations like he says he is, like whole spec ops, I don't know why he'd be scared about Valhalla, threatening to slit his throat. It's like, well, aren't you trained just like the special forces? Can't you handle your own shit?
I'm sorry to hear about your father's passing. But do you mind if I ask, is that something that was more recent, like after the marriage, or did that happen before?
No, that happened 20 years ago.
Oh, okay. I was wondering maybe if sometimes when people pass, people go through grieving and.
No, that was me. I was the one who was all fucked up after that, and that was when I went through all my noise. But I've been off probation since 2013. I haven't been in trouble in 15, since 2010. The last time I was in trouble was my federal conviction from the ATF, and that was 2010. I mean, and that's why I'm sitting here watching him do everything he's doing, and I'm like, dude, what? Like, seriously, better than that, And whenever I did talk to him on the phone, like recently, he'd tell me things like, I'm a genius. It's like, oh, yeah, I thought you were.
If it given the sentencing phase, and the judge wanted character witnesses for him, how many people would be character witnesses for him, in your opinion?
That's really hard for me to determine right now, because the one thing I have, and I've been wanting to know, is like, I kind of want to know, like, his friends from high school. I think they kind of fell off, like, after he got married. I'm thinking, even like all the stupid photos that him and his wife have, like them dressed up like pirates and stuff. I haven't seen like any photos